What were your most important habits for you to get to here? To graduation?
I have to stop being lazy.
There you go.
So what habits did you have to develop to work on your laziness?
I had to actually set up a schedule and follow it.
There you go.
So you actually had to write it down on a piece of paper, or did you use a computer system?
No. I had my mom help me at first.
Parental involvement?
Well, I didn't have her help me. She kind of just did it. But thankfully, because of that, I can actually kind of now I can do a little more than what I used to do before.
Getting up early, for sure. For me, yeah. Getting up early.
How early?
That's unusual for
it's like
teenagers,
9.
I think.
That's good.
Yeah,
That's
because I
not
get
early,
up
but
late,
that's
on the
early.
weekends. So yeah, getting up early definitely puts me in the mindset of doing my best, I guess. Yeah, that's about it. Yeah.
I guess planning ahead and not falling behind is
That's a hard one to learn.
What does that look like, planning ahead?
knowing what's coming. One thing to note is projects aren't always in the same unit, but they might be soon in a next unit.
Right.
So I could be going on a trip. It might be nice to know, hey, that project's due 3 days after the end of this unit. So
It's like
That's
how I
good.
need
ahead for things like that.
Yeah.
It's like how I need to check the calendar before I go to sleep.
That's good though, to know, because actually you can't really see the next unit's project until you get into the unit, right?
Yeah, so you can see any project in the same unit,
Correct.
but
So that is kind of
occasionally there'd be that one project that would be 3
Yes.
days into the next unit. So
that's good
you
feedback.
didn't have that 2 weeks.
Set a schedule for projects, guys.
Yeah.
That's the secret. We're finding out today for the first time.
After 4 years.
Probably staying organized and being on top of things and not letting things slip through the cracks. And especially in a college environment, you can't let that happen at all because the professors will fail you. So,
There's no credit recovery.
no, there's no second attempt either.
Yeah.
So yeah, probably just being organized and being on top of everything. It's probably
For me, it was just the simple fact of getting out of my room. I procrastinate a lot, and my room is my safe place. So if I'm in my room, I'm not gonna do anything. I'm just gonna sit there and be on my phone or just fall asleep. So mine was just get out of the room.
I think for me, along with what everybody else said, and this was, I don't know who else would have this issue, but for me, it was taking breaks. I'm a very hardcore person.
Let's do all my homework right now.
Oh, yeah, and I won't stop. I will sit in that chair until it's all finished. So for me, it was...
Like you learned the piano.
very diligent. Okay, so...
Like Mark Twain. You're like Mark Twain for that.
I think for me and for those who are very study very hard, I think taking time to do your hobbies and set time away to do something that you like so you can break away. And my dad kind of said it in a different way, where your head will kind of clutter when you do too much of one thing. So breaking away from that and coming back to it is much more beneficial for your brain. So that's what I learned was more beneficial for me as well.
So your breaks look like just changing whatever you're doing to something different?
Yeah, doing piano, doing something, not sitting on my behind all day.
Not on your phone. Not on your phone. A phone is not a break.
No. Specifically something that's active or stimulating. So yeah, but in a different way,
Yes.
So.
I would say being more independent and self-driven was something I had to build, because since it was online, there was no set schedule, so it was really easy to procrastinate. So just being able to manage my time and make myself a schedule and follow that schedule, that was something that I had to, a habit that I had to build in order to be more successful.
And how did that flow over into other areas of your life?
I think it helped me learn to manage my time and set a schedule and make sure I follow it. I'm being very repetitive, but it's pretty much
Basically not just doing what you want to do, but...
Yeah, not
That's-
procrastinating things, putting them to the side.
For me, definitely managing my time well, and also taking good notes. I found that really helpful, and yeah.
How do you take notes? Tell us about proper note taking. We need to hear this.
Handwrite them all.
Handwrite them. That's
because I feel like I remember them better if I'm writing it down.
So you don't just copy the lesson into like a Word document?
No, because then I don't remember it.
Good. So you try to rewrite the notes in your own words?
Yes, I do, like paraphrasing.
Which takes like twice the amount of effort, but it's worth it?
Yeah.
Good, guys. I just want to stop here for a second. In the dissertation research, it was found that the most important habits for students were independent in nature, time management, note-taking. They were not necessarily asking the teacher questions like we haven't heard yet. So it's confirming the benefits of online homeschooling and helping students become more responsible and learn those skill sets and be put into like thrown out of the nest, like here, learn time management. Yet I think we provide an adequate support system, equipping parents with the information they need to participate in that, in that accountability. We'll hopefully talk about that in a sec, but go ahead, Elijah. Tell us some of the most important habits for you.
Well, some of the most important habits, as previously mentioned by some of these other students, is just like you were saying, self-discipline, when to spend time on one thing and when to devote time to schoolwork and when to devote time to, other, leisure activities. That was like the biggest learning curve for me because, a lot of times, my mom would be like, hey, I just checked your schoolwork, or whatever. And why do you have, this one thing, that's coming up and you haven't done it yet or, whatever. And like, stuff like that. But, yeah, that was kind of the biggest thing for me. But, maybe on top of a couple of smaller things, but that was definitely, the biggest hurdle, I guess you'd say.